Hello students, welcome you all. My name is Parul Gupta, your computer teacher. I welcome you all. I hope you all are fine. I hope you all are doing good. So as you all know that students, in CA our video will be uploaded. So in today's session students, we're going to start with our new chapter, that is our chapter 8, Microsoft Word, a word processor. Okay, so I believe you all know about MS Word, right? I believe you all must know how to use MS Word, what type of a documents we're going to create in MS Word. So basically in this chapter, means in our chapter 8, we're going to talk about MS Word in detail. Okay, but before starting with our chapter 8, we left with the two more topics of our previous chapter, that is our chapter 7, cyber safety. That portion also I'm going to cover in this session, in this video session, and then we're going to start with the topics of MS Word. Okay children, so as I have told you students, that now your Google test will be there, or you can say your time bound test will be there, right? So please, as I request you earlier also, that you have to give each and every test. Okay, you are not supposed to skip any of the tests. Okay, because on the basis of this only you will be getting the internals. Okay, so yes, so now let's start with our today's session. First of all, we're going to discuss the topics that what we're going to cover in our today's session. So let's have a look. Yes, students, so these are the topics that what I'm going to cover in today's session. Okay, the first topic is cyber stalking, and the second one is cyber crime. Then word processor, then getting started with MS Word 2007, and then creating a blank document. Okay, so the first two topics means cyber stalking and cyber crime. These are the topics from our chapter 7, that is cyber safety. First of all, I'm going to discuss these topics, and then we'll start with our chapter 8, that is MS Word, a word processor, right? Okay, so I think now there will be no confusion. So now let's talk about our first topic, that is cyber stalking. Okay, now what is cyber stalking? Okay, stalking means to harass someone. Okay, how? Now cyber stalking refers to internet stalking, okay, or e-stalking or online stalking is a criminal practice where an individual uses the internet to systematically harass or threaten someone. Okay, cyber stalking means here we're talking about online stalking, electronic stalking, or internet stalking. Okay, means through internet we can harass someone, or we are supposed to threaten someone, or through electronic e-stalking, or through online stalking. Like nowadays you all know people are using the online social media application, and through that we can use various you can say fundas for harass someone or to threaten someone. So these kind of things is known as the term cyber stalking. Stalking means किसी के पीछे ही पड़ जाना, उसको थ्रेटन करना, उसको हार्म करना, ठीक है, which is again it is a criminal practice. Okay, then this crime can be perpetrated through email, social media, chat rooms, any other online medium. Provide stalkers with a wealth of information that helps them uh, plan their harassment. Okay, how this stalking has been take place? This stalking has been take place or can be prepared through emails. Okay, means through email you're getting some emails in which you can see that someone is harassing you, someone is threatening you by poking the same email again and again and again, right? Then chat rooms means if you're using any social media like Facebook or any other social media account, through that also you will be getting the such type of things, and any other online medium. What it does basically, it provides stalkers with a wealth of information. Means your information will be with the stalker, and through that they will plan their harassment. Okay, so this is the meaning of cyber stalking. Okay, stalk करना किसी को, threaten करना किसी को, same messages giving, means you are sending to that person again and again whenever that person is online. Okay, this is the meaning of cyber stalking. How it can be prepared? It can be prepared means that stalker must have a complete information of yours, and through that information they plan their harassment techniques or threatening the techniques of that victim. Okay, and this can be done through email, like as we have discussed that it is refers to the online stalking, e-stalking, or internet stalking. So through emails, through any other social media application, through chat rooms, like this way, or means through any online medium, this stalking has been take place. Okay, okay, so now I think it has been clear what is cyber stalking. Now, what steps to be taken below? Okay, if you are minor, inform about the harassment to your parents. If you think that this is just a starting and you are just ignoring, then please don't ignore that. Give this information to your parents that you're getting such type of emails or messages from this email id or from this number or whatever it is. Okay, so you have to inform your parents. Clear? Then next, file a complaint with the cyber stalkers internet service provider. If once you're getting the means you can say that you're getting emails or you're getting messages through from that particular medium, online medium, so just provide that internet service provider information to the police department, or you can file a complaint with the cyber stalkers internet service provider. What is internet service provider? Means through which you are getting, means through which internet address, your IP address, you're getting such type of emails. Okay, then collect evidence, document instance of threats, and create a log of harassment attempts. Whatever the messages, whatever the emails, what type of the things you are getting for this purpose, just collect all the evidence and create a log of harassment attempts, so that you can show it to someone that you're getting such type of things while whenever you people are using your online account or whatever it is. Okay, then get a new email id and increase privacy settings on public site. Whenever you are creating any online account, always you have to increase the privacy settings, so that on public sites, means so that to whom you only know that person, so that person will be able to contact, no other person will be able to send any type of messages to you. This is the meaning of privacy settings. Okay, then comes to the next, that is a victim of cyber stalking should under no circumstances agree to meet the stalker in person. Suppose if the stalker wants to harass someone, threatening someone and forcing that person to, that I want to meet you, and like that, such type of a message you are getting, so never ever agree to meet that stalker. Okay, so these are the steps that you have to take, that has to be taken if you think if someone is trying to stalk you. Okay, just first of all file a complaint, okay, with the cyber stalker internet service provider, so that their IP address will be gone and then they will track that who's that person is. Okay, then first is just inform your parents about the harassment. Don't think it means you're not supposed to give any of the information to your parents and you're ignoring. Just don't ignore that. Okay, then collect all the evidence, means whatever the material or content you will be getting online, just collect all the evidence so that you can show. Then get a new email address and increase the privacy settings on public sites. You all know nowadays we are using this WhatsApp, or so many other social media applications are there. So in that we will be having one option of privacy setting, and through that we can enable or disable the things, so that whatever the contacts are there in my you can say account, only that person will be able to contact me. No other public or any unknown person will be able to send any type of messages to me. Okay, then a victim of cyber stalking should under no circumstance agree to meet the stalker. Okay, so these are the steps to be taken. So I hope now this has been clear what is cyber stalking and what step has to be taken. Clear, children? Now come to the next one, that is what is cyber crime. Now earlier we have discussed about cyber stalking, just now we have discussed. Now we are going to discuss about what is cyber crime. Okay, cyber crime, also called computer crime, the use of computer as an instrument to further illegal ends, such as committing fraud, stealing identity, and violating privacy. But these threats can be tackled if the victim approaches the cybercrime cell. Okay, cybercrime is like a computer crime. Means through computer, by using this computer, which is considered as an instrument to further illegal ends. Okay, means such as committing fraud through fraud websites. Okay, they are you can say they are taking your details and then they will use that. Okay, then stealing identity, again they are taking your all details and with your name they are creating some another account. That is the meaning of stealing identity. And violating privacy is whatever the privacy you people have put, and they are just violating all those privacy. But these threats can be tackled. How it can be tackled? If the victim approaches the cyber crime cell. Okay, so don't think that if you are getting such type of things or such type of things are going on with you, then you can't file any complaint against that. You can, as because there is another, or you can say the cell is there, that is the cyber crime cell, that are handling such type of things only. Clear? Then, in case of cybercrime, should preserve and download all the digital evidence against the hacker, like screenshots, video, emails, contact number, etc. Means if you think this type of things are going on with you, then what you have to do, you have to just download all the digital evidence. Like just now we have discussed that you have to collect all the evidence, whatever it is, whether it is any video they are sending, or any email, or any message, or any screenshot, or contact number. Okay, then criminal should contact and lodge a formal criminal complaint with the local police. Then local police will hand over the case to the cyber cell. If such type of things are going on with you, then please always inform to your parents. Just file a complaint, okay, with the local police. Then the local police will hand over the case to the cyber crime cell. Okay, then they will tackle such type of situations, whatever is going on with you. Clear? So this is about cyber crime. I hope this has been clear to you what is cyber crime. Clear? So now with this we're going to end with chapter 7. Okay, because these are the two topics that what we left over from our chapter 7. So now it has been completed. Now in the next slide I'm going to start with our next chapter, that is our chapter 8. Yes students, so now we shall talk about our next topic from our chapter 8, that is word processor. So what is word processor? A word processor is an application software. I hope you remember that in our chapter 3, that is software, right? Computer software. In that we have discussed about the types of software. So in that we have discussed in application software, MS Word or word processor. So this is basically that, okay? And that time I have told you that on this topic we have one complete chapter. So this is the chapter, that is our chapter 8. Okay, so what is word processor? A word processor is an application software used for typing text document. It is an application software which is basically used for typing the text document. If you want to create any document, any textual document, means in which you want to write something, okay, what you are writing a text if you want to write, so that document, for making that type of a document, we always prefer that as MS Word. Okay, so documents created in a word processor can be saved, closed and open again to continue working on them. Of course, if you are creating any document in MS Word or in word processor, you can save it, you can close it, and you can open again, and then you can do the editing also, right? Then the creation of document using a word processor is known as word processing. Means if you are creating a document by using this word processor, then this process is known as word processing, because what we are doing over there, actually we are processing the words. Why? Because word processor is basically used for the textual documents only, in which you are writing the text. Okay. So now let's discuss about the some common features of word processor. Okay, as we have discussed before also in chapter 3, so now again we are discussing about some of the most common features of word processor. So let's discuss each and every point one by one. Okay, a word processor allows you to type text and correct any mistakes in the text very easily, right? Just now we have talked about that MS Word is basically, it is an application software which is used for typing the text document. Okay, so this is one of the most common feature, that it allows us to type the text and correct any mistakes in the text very easily. So if at the time of typing, if you mention any word wrong, so then also you can correct it very easily. Okay, then next, it allows you to perform cut, paste and copy paste operations to move or copy the text. Cut paste means we are in this, user wants to move the text to some other place, and in copy paste, user wants the duplicate copy of the same text. So this is the feature is also available in MS Word, and through this we can cut paste or we can copy paste, so that we can move or copy the text from one place to another. Okay, then next is, it allows you to format the text using various font types. So many font types are there, font types like font styles, like Times New Roman, Calibri, Comic Sans. So these are the font style that you can select. Then font colors are also there. Font color, by default the text color is black, so if you want to change the text color we can. Then font color is font size is also there, so you can select the size according to your requirement. So that means all these types of formattings are already available in MS Word. So if you want to apply any of the formatting, you can apply. Okay, then it allows you to insert different objects like picture, shapes, graphic, charts, etc. So many things are there in MS Word. Means you it is not only that we can type the text. If you want to insert any picture, if you want to insert any shape, if you want to insert any graphics, if you want to insert any chart, so you can. Okay, this is the option is also available in Word processor. Clear? Then it provides number of inbuilt templates to create resumes and pamphlets, etc. Means in this MS Word we have the template means a kind of dummy copy. Okay, एक dummy already बनी हुई होगी. That dummy is related for creating the resume. If you want to create resume, so the dummy is there, you just need to select that, and then you can start typing your own means the text whatever you want to mention. And then pamphlet means like for you can say for the promotion we are distributing the pamphlets, like this is our new shop or this is our new particular company, so you can apply or you can approach or you can visit. So like this, such type of pamphlets are also you can easily design in Word processor, okay, without using any complex software. Clear? Then it allows you to add borders, shadings to certain part of the text. You can apply borders also as well as shading also, because word art is also there, borders are also there, different borders are also there, so you can apply, okay, in Word processor. So these are the some common features of Word processor that we can apply very easily, which is available in Word, okay, that what we are using also, okay, and as it is not very hard, everything is available in Word. So in Word you not only write the text, you can insert pictures, pictures, shapes, graphic, charts, etc. also in Word processor. Okay, so I think now this has been clear, the some of the most common features of Word processor. Okay, apart from this, one more feature is there, that it lets you print multiple copies of document in various styles. Okay, if you want to take out a printout of the document, and means if you have created 2-3 pages and you want to take printout of each and every page in different layouts, okay, or in different styles, then also you can do that. Clear? So this is all about the some of the common features of Word processors. Clear? Now come to our next topic, that is getting started with MS Word 2007. So how we can start with MS Word 2007? You just need to if you want to open the application of MS Word, how we can do that? We just simply go to start, click all programs, then click Microsoft Office, then click Microsoft Office Word 2007, and you can say the software will open in front of you, the application will open in front of you. Just double click on that and then the application will open. Clear? So this is how we can start with MS Word 2007. Now I'm showing you how we can do that. Like you all can see here that this is my start window. So this is here, type here for search, so I can type MS Word, but already it is there in my screen, so I can simply click and it will gonna open a blank document. Just select it and the file will gonna open in front of you. So this is how we can start with MS Word, although this is MS Word 2010 in my system, but in your book, according to your book, it's MS Word 2007, although the functioning is same only. Clear? So I think you all know how to open the application in your system or in your smartphone also nowadays we are using. So we know very well how to open an application. Like, so now I'm going to tell you what are the features available in this window. First of all, just have a look. After that we will gonna discuss what are the features and what are their specification. As you're able to see that this is written that document 1 Word, right? So this is my title bar, as it holds the title. So right now I didn't assign any of the title because I didn't save any file, I didn't mention, I didn't type anything. So by default it's taking document 1. Okay, so this is the title bar. These are the Windows control button that you can say that okay, so Windows control button are also available on this title bar only. Then here this is the what it is. This is for giving the command of save, like you can see your quick access toolbar, so that whatever the commands you're frequently using for saving, for undo, okay, for redo, so you can put all the commands in the quick access toolbar, okay, as it is coming. Okay, then and then come to the next this layer, that where you're getting option file, home, insert, design, layout, reference, mailing. What is this? This is the, what it is, these are the tabs. Like this is file tab, this is home tab, this is the insert tab, but this whole complete layer is known as the menu bar, where you're getting options of this tab. Okay, so whatever the option you're selecting, like by default it's clicking on the home, so the home related options appear on the next row, and this row is called the रिबन. ठीक है, ये जो रो भी आपको हाईलाइट होती दिख रही है, इस रो को हम क्या कहते हैं? रिबन कहते हैं. एंड ऊपर जो आपको ऑप्शन दिख रही है जिसमें फाइल, होम, इंसर्ट, डिज़ाइन, लेआउट है, दीज आर दी टैब्स. और इस लेयर को क्या कहेंगे? मेन्यू बार कहेंगे. ठीक है, क्लियर. नाउ व्हाट दिस इज़ आर टेक्स्ट एरिया, जहाँ पे हम क्या करेंगे? अपना टेक्स्ट लिखेंगे. ठीक है जी. Okay, then comes to next part, that is you will able to see the scroll bars over there, right? As you can see, this is for page up or page down. Similarly, scroll bar is also given in the bottom also for page left or page right. Okay, so these are the scroll bars. And then this page 1 of 1, this is the status bar. Okay, means जितने भी आप पेज बनाओगे, here it is showing the number of pages in MS Word. Okay, and this where the cursor is blinking, that is the cursor, you all know that. Okay, like ruler also, if you want to apply, you can apply the ruler. Like as such I have disabled, so it is not coming. So these are the few features of MS Word when you open. So these are the options available, so you can click that particular tab, so that tab related specification will open in the ribbon, and then you can apply. Okay, so with this I'm going to end our today's session. Okay, so then in next session we're going to discuss more about MS Word in detail. Okay.